What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? We got nobody in here as of yet, but we're working on it, and shouldn't be too much longer. We'll have some people in here, and let's see. I'll turn the volume down on this thing. I'd like to test my YouTube. Be helps if I don't mute the mic. Had to make sure the door is closed in the studio. Had to run inside and grab me something to drink. Mostly an orange background, so orange drink. Why not? Why not? Love to see a lot more participation in here, that's for sure. Maybe you're watching this video after the fact. Start joining the live streams. I appreciate it for certain. Give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends and other people. Share it on Facebook is a great thing. Any help I can get getting people in here is much appreciated. Hey Ken, how you doing, buddy? I guess you got your internet back, huh? That's good. Glad to hear it. Well, obviously you did. Checking out the connection tonight. I was a little bit concerned because we was getting some thunder and lightning again, but it lit up pretty quickly, luckily for me. Got a good download. Upload's about the same, 0.50. Was a little bit more than that earlier, but it went down, unfortunately. Of course, we have another tropical storm headed our way, Joy. Not real crazy about that, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything major. But it is that we're in the path of whatever it is, by the looks. Ah, well, that's good. Just in time, huh? Yeah, I had that one day there I couldn't get on at all. Yesterday was a bit iffy, but we still got on. I was concerned about tonight. Last night was a bit slow too. We just had Recon, ASD, and I think Jennifer came on momentarily, and I think Kirsten might have. No, not really. It's on her desk. Well, actually, it's on the floor, and I'm in the shed, so you know. Being in a shed. Oh no, my camper's not tied down. No. I have straps for it, but I can't afford to buy the anchors that you screw into the ground right now. You did? That's good. I'm posting the live stream up on Discord here. It doesn't look like it's the right address for it, though. That's strange. But it is. Should be working. Oh, that's for the live stream guests. No wonder. Damn it. Wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, it's been pretty nasty here, too, for sure. I'm still not getting the right stream for some reason. Well, I'll have to fix it. Yeah, I get lots of nasty storms here in Florida. Ridiculous. There we go. Now I got the right one finally. We got somebody else in here just besides, oh, it's me, you, and, oh, yeah, that's right. Got my wife logged in. That's what. I lost 2 subscribers today. One of them was Sharotten. I guess he decided he didn't like us anymore. Well, that's a bummer. Guess Recon's running late tonight again. Must have made that Taco Bell stop. And probably getting a bingo ticket or something, probably. Or went to Wendy's, one or the other. I've been craving a Reuben from Arby's. They make a great Reuben. I don't know who it was. Somebody I didn't even know. Nobody that's been on the live before. Probably somebody that subscribed a long time ago and just kept getting the notices and probably got tired of the notices and didn't want to come over, so they didn't and unsubscribed. Could have been somebody from Brad's when I did the contests for the free paintings. Pamela was on the other night, Pamela Cena. I don't know if you've seen her on yet or not, but she come on twice recently over the last 4 or 5 days or whatever. Maybe she'll show up tonight too. Haven't seen Minnie in a few days or so. I did start doing a song for her. I don't know if you saw it on the video or not from last night. I played a little bit of it for Recon. But he said he couldn't hear it very well. I didn't have it up loud enough, I guess. But I'm not happy with the audio anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm surprised Minnie didn't see it. Maybe she didn't watch the whole thing and see it. I didn't play the whole thing anyway, just a little bit of it. I didn't realize it, but the mic on my video camera, which my video camera wasn't more than 3 feet away, the microphone that's on it is a separate mic, but it's also adjustable, and I had it on plus 10B, which is way too sensitive for that close. So it interfered with the audio. It didn't sound as good as it should have because it was picking it up too loud. So I got to do the audio again. I'm not happy with the version I did anyway, so I have to do it again. As you can see, I put another one of my paintings in the background here. Yep. No, it's a Sunkissed. My wife likes them, but I ran out of Gatorade and Pepsi and Coke and whatever else I used to get, and that's all there was. But it's okay. Yeah, thanks. Trinity might have bought this painting, I'm not sure. There's more down further. The green screen doesn't pick up the whole painting, it just picks up a certain amount of it. Now, this was an acrylic painting I did. Actually, it's a pretty good size one too. It's actually a 16 by 20. So it's a pretty big painting. Although I've done a lot bigger ones. I've done as much as 24 by 36. And the one I did of the old legislator from back in beginning of our country's existence here. Back in George Washington's day, there was a guy named, God, I can't remember what his name was, from Connecticut. And I did a painting of him, and that was a huge, I think it was 38 by 40, something like that. 110-year-old, huh? It doesn't surprise me with the medical breakthroughs that we've had, and nutrition's way better, sanitary conditions a lot better. You know, there's a lot of chances of people living a lot longer now than there was a long time ago. I know back in the old days, like the Revolutionary War and even the Civil War, people didn't live. Not that many lived to be ripe old ages. In fact, if you hit 50, you're considered an old man. Of course, there are obviously people that lived a lot longer than that, but on the average, 50 was old back in the old West. And strangely enough, of course, the old black and white pictures, if you look at them, black and white pictures in the old cameras, the old style of pictures made everybody look way older than they really were. It's amazing how old people looked. You could have somebody 30 years old that looked 50 or older because of them old cameras. See, my grandfather, he probably would have lived to be well over 100 probably if he hadn't died on that fishbone. Had some haddock in a restaurant. I think I told you about that, and swallowed a rib bone from a haddock. Supposed to be a fillet. It wasn't supposed to have any bones in it. Without realizing it, there was a rib bone. He swallowed it too quickly. Couldn't catch it, and it tore all the way down his stomach and got infected. And that's what killed him. Never been in a hospital in his life. 88 years old. And he was healthy. He was a rugged man. And he was still got up every day at 6 o'clock and worked in his workshop all day. He'd stop for lunch and whatever, and he'd take a break if he wanted or whatever. But he was a machinist by trade. So he was always doing something or building something. Up to the day he died, he was building air compressors and from hand. He'd go to the junkyards and get parts and stuff and build compressors and lathes and bench saws and band saws and all by hand. Yeah, well, I'm sure he had help. We know who helped Moses live longer. Oh, you hear, if you read in the Bible, there was people like Abraham or whoever, a bunch of them people in the Bible lived hundreds of years. Hundreds. That only way that could have happened was with some divine intervention. Hmm. Well, it looks like it's going to be just you and me tonight by the looks, unless Recon comes in real late again. I was just checking Discord to see if anybody had any questions about getting on, but nobody does. A guy named Zero Cool came on the other day, but that was it. Check this out. Some of them old cowboys lived a pretty long time. Like old Wyatt Earp lived to be like 78. Yeah, that's it. Just you and I. We're the only ones here. My wife is logged in, but she's not really here. I just log her in to get the count. But, doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Kind of blows my mind that we don't get a lot more people in here. It's pretty sad when you can say even the trolls won't come in. That's pretty sad. Oh yeah, ASD was on last night too, and the night before, I think. ASD for the first time actually did a $2 sticker. I couldn't believe it. I was surprised. And Recon did a $1 too. Westwood, I'm not sure who Westwood is. Oh, Eastwood. Yeah. Oh yeah, Eastwood's up there in age too, yeah. Yeah, Eastwood's right up there. He must be in his 80s or 90s. Pretty old now. There was another actor too the other day that was still alive that I saw. Gosh, who was it? I don't know if it was an actor or an actress. But they're in their upper 90s, almost 100. In fact, there was an actress I saw, an actor or an actress I saw on one of these YouTube channels that was over 100. But I cannot remember who the heck it was. Of course, when you're an actress or actor, if you stay away from the booze and the drugs, with that kind of money and health care that you can get with that kind of money, you got a pretty good shot at hitting 100 years old. Unless you're into the booze and the drugs, then you can probably forget about it. Although some of them that drank like a fish lived to be pretty old too. See, we got 4 there now. I bet old Recon must be hiding in here, coming in. Nope, the 4th one left. Bummer. Oh well. Too bad. Not surprising. I'll shoot a welcome text out anyway for the fun of it. The website. They'll see something going on. Yeah, I'm logged into the channel too myself. Up here on my computer, and I got my wife on the phone. Yeah, it's a privilege if you get the money for it. In fact, my grandson Dylan was on last night too. He was supposed to come on tonight, but he probably forgot. I keep forgetting to bring my little phone out here so I can text a few people. I was going to work on that. The video I was messing around with as a joke to Minnie today, but I didn't get a chance to. I was doing other things. We had some company today and stuff like that. And we kind of tired all day for some reason. Again, I don't know why, but I was. We were up pretty late last night because my daughter Nancy was working late last night, and when she came in, we just stayed up. We was having some coffee before we went to bed. And my wife was watching something or reading a book or something, and Nancy saw the lights on, came over and had a cup of coffee with us and told us about her new job and whatever. Well, we've been going for almost 28 minutes and still no recon. That's a surprise. Huh. Maybe something happened with his car again tonight or something. Though I thought he just got it fixed. And it cost him a crap load of money. If it wasn't for the VA, I wouldn't have any health care at all. If I wasn't a veteran, I'd be shit out of luck. But I still have to pay like 20% copay. But that's my fault because when we started losing all that money at the group home, when we lost that $800 a month, I never reported it. I should have years ago, and I probably wouldn't even have to pay the copay anymore. But I never did tell them that it changed. And now that we don't have that income anymore, I need to get a hold of them and let them know that it's just my Social Security now. Of course, I know they know that I'm on Social Security because I gave them my Medicaid card, my Part A. That's all I get is Part A. I can't afford the B. $148 a month or some crap like that out of the little bit I get. My wife gets Social Security too, but she don't get as much as I do. So what we planned on doing as soon as she hit 65 and she got her medical, that she can get medical, instead of her getting Part A, I'm going to take some out of mine, and hers together to pay for her to have A and B. What's up, ASD? How you doing? Yeah, we ain't got much going on tonight, that's for sure. We can't even start up yet. I don't know if you will or not. Probably running late. We have stopped at Taco Bell or something. Well, that's good. Sore, huh? How come you're sore? Running around outside? Yeah. I don't work out anymore. I did when I was younger. A lot. To the extreme. When I was younger and in the service, even in high school, I lifted weights, ran, and all that crap. Played football and all. I was very active. When I went into the service, I was on a big ship, and there was a big weight room out. They had a big weightlifting room there, and I'd go. There was times I'd work out for 2 to 4 hours a night, and that meant that was to the extreme. And did a lot of jogging, running, and whatever. But I was a lot thinner then too. But I was definitely in a lot better shape. And it probably saved me now because I did work out for many, many, many years. And so it probably made me in a lot better shape now than I would have been. Yep, I don't blame you. I assume you're flying up there, huh? Yeah, you make sure you have your COVID shot and all that stuff to fly. They only allow you to have like one suitcase now. The airlines are getting ridiculous. I think you can carry on a small bag on the plane with you, and that's otherwise it's extra. But they've been that way for a while. My wife and I, the last time we flew up north, let's see, the last time we went to New Hampshire, um, we went to Massachusetts, and we rented a car there from Mass, and we could only take one suitcase each and a carry-on, a small carry-on bag. That was it. So we got some pretty good sized suitcases, the biggest ones we could find that were here, that were around here. We had packed them full. I mean, we literally about had to jump on them to get them to close because we were going up for a week. Of course, the suitcases really weren't that big, but they were pretty good size. I think they told us back then it was like another $25 extra for another suitcase. Said, I'm not paying that crap. I remember when I was younger, you could bring as many suitcases as you wanted to, 3 or 4 of them if you wanted to. It's gotten ridiculous. Well, it's it's a pretty good drive, that's for sure. I've made it to Littleton, New Hampshire, which is way up in the northern part of New Hampshire. Many times I've driven from Florida. I've done it in 24 hours. Yep. Yeah, it's good vlog content. Yeah. I always stopped in a lot of the same places. Like I always stopped at south of the border. I'm sure you know where that is, between the Carolinas there. I always stopped there. I always enjoyed stopping there. And but normally I would get a motel room for the night because we had the kids with us. I'd stop there in Washington, D.C. I'd stop. We had relatives there. I've driven straight through, though, many times. And I hate to drive. I absolutely hate driving, especially that far. Because I'm one of them people that when I drive, when I first start driving, I'm tired. I get tired pretty quickly. And I'm really sleepy. But after a while, I wake up. And then I can't go to sleep until I'm done driving, wherever we're going. But even though I'm really tired, I'll stop for breaks here and there and walk around and get coffee and whatnot. Recon, how you doing, buddy? You showed up. I was thinking you probably wasn't coming in tonight. You bum. Must have stopped at Taco Bell or Wendy's. I'm actually still hungry. My wife made supper tonight. It was kind of a small supper, more like a lunch. Made cream of broccoli soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm gonna have to go have something else tonight. Yeah, chocolate shake. Power's still flickering, huh? Well, you got internet on your phone. You can still get on. That's how I left you guys a message when mine went out, because my phone had internet, barely, but it had enough that I could send you guys a message and let you know I wasn't doing the stream. Dylan was supposed to be on tonight. He didn't show up either. I saw Kirsten earlier today. I asked her. I hadn't seen her in a couple of weeks, even though she stays at Jennifer's place. I ain't seen you here online in a long time, and I forgot. Her phone was broke, so she didn't have any way to get on. And Trinity, I'm surprised she hasn't been on even tonight, because we got a message from her with a picture of her associate's degree. She just got it today, so she posted a picture of it up online, which I'm proud of her for that. She got it. She wanted to give up a couple of times, but we kept encouraging her. Get that education. Once you get that associate's degree, it'll open some doors. Get your bachelor's, it'll be even better. If you go to your master's, it'll be even more. You know, higher your degree, the higher your paycheck's going to be. Of course, that's not always true. I remember a close friend of mine when I was really young, a teenager. Yes, it's working. I don't know why the link you said wasn't working. It was. I don't know why it's not anymore, but I'm going to remove the link out of there anyway, because nobody's joining it anyway. I'm probably going to shut the channel right down it's not being used at all. So no one's even going on to that channel anymore. So there's no point in having it up. I'll just shut it down. I already removed the link from my setup for future setups. For any of my future videos, it won't be on it no more. I removed Twitter, Instagram, and Discord right off it. In fact, Twitter and Instagram locked me out or something, banned me or something. I have no idea why. All I would do is post up the link for YouTube, and I post my paintings up there. That's all I ever did. And then they ended up, I guess, banned me from both of them. I locked my account, couldn't do nothing. So I said, well, piss on you. I deleted them both. Someone told me I could make another account if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. I never could fully understand Instagram anyway, or Twitter, so I don't really care. I have enough to deal with just doing the YouTube stuff. I'd rather focus on better quality video here than mess with them other two. Your internet's jacked up? Huh. Not as jacked up as mine is. I'll trade you. My internet is total crap. I can't wait for Nancy to get the AT&T wireless, which is supposed to be way better than the Viasat. We'll try it and see. If it is, Viasat can come get their crap out of the yard and take it away. I don't give a damn. And I'll help her. I'll kick in some money toward her AT&T. Because if it'll improve my video stuff, I'm all for it. If sometime this year is when they're supposed to be setting up all them new satellites, like a couple of thousand satellites within 100 miles of the Earth's hemisphere. The other satellites are thousands of miles away. If they put them within 100 miles of the Earth's hemisphere, they say that everybody with Viasat or HughesNet, any of the satellite stuff, will be 100 times better. They'll be like super good. In fact, they say that the satellite services will be as good as cable if they put them satellites up. In fact, they say that it's going to be so popular, it's going to actually hurt the cable industry, cable DSL industry, because everybody will be moving right to that satellite. You won't have the satellites going out like they do now and flashing off and on and all this other crap, and the rain won't interfere because it'll be closer. The signal will be so much better. Well, they're going to cost $100K because, the government's going to end up having to pay for a lot of that internet. And they're passing that infrastructure bill now, and part of that's the internet. And I'll bet you money a lot of that's going to be for them satellites. I mean, I'll be paying $80 a month a little bit more than that probably with their rental fee crap and all that crap. I won't mind paying that much or even $100 a month if I'm getting a really good connection. It won't bother me to pay that. I mean, it will, but I'll be glad to pay it if I get a good connection. If I can get 15 megabits per second down and up or somewhere close to that going up, hey, it'd be fine. It probably would because they got to put run all new cable. They got to run all new fiber optics to get it. And it probably would cost $100K. But $100K is nothing for the internet because you're not the only person there. There's other people close by that can go off that same internet. So they'll make money. Hell, the CO is only a mile down the road here. It's probably just a little over a mile, which puts it out of the range now for the DSL, which is ridiculous. Because Jennifer used to get DSL here. The CO was close enough for her to get it. But since they ran the fiber optic line, I guess they disconnected the other line that was the DSL, so she can't get DSL anymore, which really sucks. Because if I could get DSL, I would. That's way better than what I got here now. You all saw me on DSL before. We had a little bit of a lag, but it wasn't much. 4 or 5 seconds, that's nothing. And I could run a full 720p, or if I went through actually YouTube, I could do 1080p. I can't go that high now because it wouldn't, there's not enough internet to transmit that kind of quality, unfortunately. According to AT&T and all these other big companies, within so many years, everybody should be able to get internet, supposedly. Believe it when I see it, but everybody should be able to get it. Of course, there's always going to be that few that live way the heck out in the middle of nowhere that the only thing they're going to get is probably satellite or some kind of a wireless service through your cell phone or whatever. A lot of people that do RV stuff, they do use hotspot. And they pay up the yin yang for it, but there's people that actually work on the road with RVs. So I watched a lot of RV channels when I was working on the RV, and I investigated what people were using in RVs, and a lot of them actually do. They pay $150 a month, but their job requires them to have a really good connection, but it costs them a lot of money, $150 or more, to get that hotspot that's, a really large unlimited hotspot or whatever that they have. But they have a really good up and downstream. Makes a big difference. They can work online. Some of them do tech support, stuff like that. That's, active when you're talking to people and whatever, video streaming and whatnot, and it works fine. But it's expensive. Of course, you can get little satellites for an RV too, but they ain't no better than what I'm getting here from Viasat. Probably worse. Yeah, Ken's lucky he's got cable. I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Ken. I always wanted cable. You're just lucky. If I could get cable, I'd have cable. You can't beat cable. You got a wired connection. You got to worry about wireless anything. You got that wired connection. You run right to your computer on your desktop. You got a nice good speed up and down. No problem. I'd love to have cable. This software I use right here, StreamYard, I can stream to multiple places at the same time. I can stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I think Instagram, all over the place. Pinest or whatever they call it. I can send this video to every one of them at the same time. But there's no way my internet would support it. It would be horrible. But I could if I had the connection. And that might help me if I could do that. I could at least throw a stream on Facebook and some other place if I wanted to. Well, yeah, your internet is decent with cable. By far. Hey, listen, Ken, you don't have to rub it in, okay? We know you got cable. We know you got a good connection, but you don't have to rub it in. That's enough of that. Gonna rub it in. He's got super fast cable. My gosh. Ken's sitting there going, I don't have no problem with upload and download and all that. Everything's mine, nice and crystal clear. And I can run everything in 1080p. And then some, 60 frames a second. And don't even realize how good he's got it. I'd like to have the money you paid the cable company for the last 15 years, Ken. I could probably buy a house. Because cable may be good, but it's also not all that cheap. I already told you guys that's why I wanted to get a place to live before we got the RV. I looked everywhere in Newberry, which is a little town right next door, 5 miles away, 6 miles away. They got Cox Cable. I told my wife, I'm going to go door to door here if I have to and try to find a place to rent. There was nothing anywhere in that whole town that was available for rent. Still isn't. And anything that was for rent, they wouldn't rent because of the eviction ban crap back then. Because if I could have gone into Newberry, I'd be there now. And I'd have cable. Guess I got to unmute it first. You can run your phone on your home internet, you know. All you got to do is hook up the internet at your home. Simple. They all have wireless. Even though you have cable, you got a wireless connection on that cable box, I guarantee you. And you can hook into your cable at home. It'll have the same speed on your phone, and you won't have to worry about Boost Mobile. You don't need it. Now, if you're away from home, you'll have to use your Boost Mobile. But when you're home, you can hook to your home internet and stay on that all day. It don't matter. And it'll be just as good a connection as your computer or whatever else. You won't have any lag issues at all. Doesn't matter. You should still have a wireless connection to that cable box. If you don't, get a router. Get a wireless router. Hook a wireless router to your cable. And you can buy your own wireless router at Walmart. Get a wireless router, hook right into your cable box. Then you'll have wireless. You may have to have somebody do it, knows how to do it, but you can do that very easily. In fact, the same wire that hooks to your computer from your cable box, you take that out of your back of your computer, hook it into the inside of your wireless router, and then you then you got wireless, by the way. Then you run another line from the router back to your computer. Then your computer will be back on. So yeah, you can do that. Simple. And it won't cost you a dime more. And then you can just log into your own home network with your phone. That's all you gotta do. That simple. In fact, even my Viasat only has 2 spots to plug into. One my home computer plugs into, which is the router they got, but it's only two outlets. And the other one comes out to the studio. So I actually have a router out here. I haven't hooked it up yet, but I can hook up a router out here that's wireless with a lot more connections on it. And I haven't done it yet, but I probably will. But the connection's been so crappy, that's why I didn't bother to do it yet. That's what you do? Okay. Well, then you shouldn't have a problem with your phone then. It should be working just fine when you're home. Even in Trenton, I'd go to Trenton. There you go. That's all you need. Even Trenton has AT&T. They have the Uverse, which is still better than DSL. Way better. The upload speed's a lot faster and download speed. I even looked in Trenton for a place to rent. Both of them, Newberry and Trenton. Just so I could get a better connection. I couldn't find anything. Hopefully I will at some point. I think I'm going to go through a lawyer and get disability. I've avoided doing that for quite a while, but with all my medical problems, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to do it. And if I do, I applied for it like 3 years ago and got turned down. I don't know what the silly reason was, but I think if I go through a lawyer, they'll have to pay me for like up to 3 years ago. If I get it, which I'm sure I will, because I got a lot of medical conditions. Every one of them is a reason for me to get it, a legitimate reason. But I didn't before because we still worked at the group home and we still got a paycheck, and I just didn't feel right about getting disability then. Now, I know I have a lot of issues, health issues, even though I may not look like I do, but I do. And working outside is just too much for me. It'll be too much. I did try to. I wanted the internet also so I could work at home. So, but this crappy internet stopped that. It's not that I don't want to work, because I do. I'd rather work. Could make more money that way. And even my wife was going to attempt to try to do something from home. Take orders or customer service or something or whatever. But it didn't work out for either one of us with this crappy connection. Yeah, storms do raise Cain with the internet. Even the U-verse that AT&T has in Trenton is hardwired. Of course, you can use wireless inside too, but it does have a hardwired. It's all hardwired up to the house. So even the storms don't affect you with the U-verse. They may get that here eventually even. I don't know. I hope they will. They haven't yet, but maybe they will. All right, guys, it's been a little over an hour, so I think I'm going to jump on out of here. Like I said earlier, I'm a bit tuckered out tonight for some reason. Although I do want to work on a couple things here before I go in the house, but I can't do that online. So I think we'll go ahead and shut her down for the night and see you guys tomorrow night. And I got to try to remember to start texting people or something, get more people in here. But even when I text them, they don't show up. So sometimes they do, but not often. But if all my grandkids logged in, I'd be happy. There's 15 of them. Yeah, you too. Have a good night, ASD. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good, safe night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night, same time, 10:30. And y'all take care. Have a good night, guys.